Yo, what's up? We back at that Boom Bap. This week we talking about SkyZoo drops a new heat with Pete Rock. We got a new track from Trae the Truth, Houston's very own. Tekashi telling on everybody, and the GodMC is back. Coming up next on that Boom Bap. Bye. Yo, we back in the building. That Boom Bap, another episode for that ass. And I'm sitting next to my homegirl, my little sis, Layla E.
Hey, what's up, world? What's up, big broski?
Hey, you know how we give it up.
You can definitely find me at Layla_E1 on all things social media, except for Twitter. I'm Layla_E. So definitely hit me up there because I definitely need to utilize that part of social media a lot more. And don't forget to follow us at Boom Bap Official on all things social media because we're that goddamn podcast that you need to be checking out for on a consistent basis. And don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell if you want to see all our newest episodes coming up. And, you know, other than that, tell your friends about us.
Tell your friends about us. You already know what it is. Yo, so we holding it down this week. G is out. He on his vacation tip. Salute to the G. You know what I'm saying? Out here doing his thing.
Fun.
Barry Gordy style, Puff Daddy style, jet setting and all that. I saw him on the gram, shirt off, nigga. Put your shirt back on. Anyway, nonetheless, yo, you can follow me anywhere at DJ_King_Tut. T.U.T. That's Instagram, DJ King Tut 1. That's Twitter. You follow me, I follow back. You know what it is. General shit. We couldn't show last week. Yo, if y'all don't know, Houston, we had a little bit of a water problem. You know what I'm saying? Start raining, shit gets flooded. That's how we give it up down here. So couldn't record. So this week we got something special for y'all, but Layla, what's up, man? Tell me what's going on with you.
Yo, man, what is not going on? So I had like about an inch of water in my kitchen. Like,
word? No,
like
we can't do that.
Just an inch. It wasn't too bad. And I had to rescue a mouse. Oh, my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't do
yeah.
that.
No, I had to.
Yeah,
I got video of it. I didn't post it because I knew people going to judge me like, you saving a mouse and whatnot.
You saving animals. She brought it that PETA life.
I am totally, except when it comes to my burgers and tacos, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not vegetarian. But no, I had a pretty good chill week. Work was closed. The roads, highways were closed. So I just played GTA like all freaking week.
Nice.
Basically. Yeah.
Must be
I'm
nice.
a dork. Call me a dork. It is what it is.
It's
what
lit.
about you? What's been going on with you?
You know, I ain't really been in these streets like that. You know, I'm trying to get my life together. So I've been on some serious diet exercise type situations. Y'all see.
I'm proud of you.
You see the change. I would tell you the number, but it might offend some of y'all. It's only been 3 weeks, goddamn it. Just wait.
Oh,
until I'm done.
What you doing? Low carb?
No, actually, I bought a sports nutrition plan, so it's actually tailored to me and my body style. And outside of the food being wild boring after 3 weeks, because I'm sick of eating the same shit because I gotta eat 6 times a day. It's kind of nuts.
That shit is hard.
It is hard, but
Eat
you know,
more to lose weight.
But at the same time, I ain't gonna hold you. I put some clothes on the day. I was like, oh, how we doing it? Hold on, hold
facts.
on. Y'all
Oh
think?
my
Listen, let me
God.
tell y'all something. You think I'm bad now? But don't let Tut get in shape.
Oh my
you don't want to
God.
see me ish.
No.
You don't want to see me like that, Lord knows. But nah, man. Listen, Lil Tut. You know what I'm saying? I got to be around for him. He 18 months. He running around. Got to do it. Wifey, got to clean it up, fellas. You've been married for a minute. I know what it is. Can't get lazy. So it's all about health too. So health and wealth. So it's actually one thing it's taught me. I will say is portion size. I was overeating hella. And now I'm eating the right portion size. I take my little food scale everywhere. And when I do have a little slide off the meter thing, I'm very meticulous about what I'm ordering at restaurants.
Oh, that's good.
So, but like I said, it's starting.
And you cooking your own food.
I'm out here whipping that work in the kitchen.
You chef or in the kitchen.
Yo, like Benny say, we out here cooking that work. Look, we got a dope show for y'all today. It's gonna be super lit. You know what me and Layla get on the screen. Us two with no parental supervision. Thanks, G. We get to act the damn fool
for the next 3 weeks.
For the next 3 weeks, yo, it's gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got a lot of shit coming up. We got some dope stuff coming. Got some guests coming through.
For sure.
We got some giveaways possibly for y'all. So yo, stay tuned, man. To that Boom Bap, we doing this, man. So look, we come back. We gonna get into our what?
Track of the week.
Be back in 2 seconds. 2 and 2, like they said.
And those 2 seconds are up. So.
Yo, so we back, and I'm gonna throw it to my lovely little sister, who's gonna introduce our track of the week.
Oh man, we in the darkness today, but no, our track of the week comes from Houston's own Trae, the motherfucking truth, and he is bringing us Slidin. And he also has some dope visuals. So let's hear a little bit of Trae the Truth Slidin.
On the beat.
I love that Lamborghini.
Yo.
Hey, you hear that West Coast beat? You know you like that beat.
Let me tell you something. This song sound like it's... Okay, hold on. Let's go for a minute. Hold on. Yo, this song sound like it's straight from the back. Like straight from...
With a hint of H-Town.
Well, Trae's voice is the H-Town. But the beat, like if you do a remix to this, like you gotta have E40, G-Eazy, somebody from the Bay. You know, it's a super dope track. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now that I didn't tell my co-host. This song is actually not new. It is new. It's newer. It's not new though. What is new about it is he just released the visuals for it on the last week. But here's why I felt it deserved to be track of the week. So I hadn't really heard it, right? And living in Houston, I hadn't heard it. Now I know I hadn't really been out, but when I looked at the date it was actually quote unquote released, it was surprised I hadn't heard it because at that point I was still in the street, still not getting my life together.
Right.
So I was intrigued by it, but what turned me onto it was the Jabberwockies, the famous dance crew, did a freestyle to the beat and shouted out Trae the Truth, and it kind of caught flames. So it's got like 300,000 hits on Instagram, and a bunch of people have reposted it. So Trae reposted it because he was doing Relief Gang with DJ Mr. Rogers. Salute to them, Relief Gang, out helping people out. So yeah, man, it's a dope track. So you did a freestyle to it. I love the song. I've played it several hundred times at this point because it's just good bounce music, makes me feel good, makes me want to dance. I thought it was dope. And it wasn't shit out that was really worthy of us getting that love. And Trae the Truth is from Houston. He does a lot for the city. I think he deserved this look from that Boom Bap. And what'd you think about the track?
I actually love it a lot. I mean, there's certain, sounds that just get you very excited to hear. And I think hearing that Bay sound, that Bay Area sound with an H-Town artist is just a great mixing pot of slide music. I mean, and the fact that he was able to carefully place some elbows sticking out on the Lamborghini.
Facts.
Yo, that shit was like tight. I love it. I freaking love it. But hey, side note, I saw a guy recently in his car with elbows that were poking out way too much. And would there have to be is there a law? Like, no lie. Is there a law about having them poking out too much? I'm
not sure. I'll tell you this. As somebody who's from St. Louis, that's dope, but I'm not going to hold you. When I see them on the highway, on the street, I don't give a fuck if I get a ticket or not. I'm driving past you as fast as possible because if you hit my car, it's got to be like that for you because I live in Texas too now, so I got that thing on me at all times.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm just saying. But I get it. Yeah. But yeah, some cats that do be like, damn, cuz, like if you drive in the middle of the lane and you touching both, and some people drift when they drive like naturally, like they naturally go to the left or to the right. So if your elbows are that far out that they touch white line to white line, yo, that's come on, that's crazy. It's 18-wheelers that don't do that. That's nuts. Yeah. So it's a little annoying for me. Again, not being from H-Town.
Well, being from H-Town, that shit is annoying. Like, cut it out. We don't need that.
But it's all good. I seen them on bikes, though. That's the craziest part.
Oh, God.
I seen them on people with bikes. I'm like, yo, you H-Town to the death.
You know what? Like, that would have been fire if they would have had a picture of the bike versus the Lamborghini, because I would have been West
Coast. No, I'm talking bicycle.
Houston. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Think of
Snoop Dogg, like in Baby Boy. I got you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like get one of them with some spokes,
So,
it's all good.
Everybody go check out Trae the Truth Slide. It actually came from his new album that was just released a few weeks ago called Exhale. It's a dope project as well. We definitely gonna review that on that Boom Bap. Salute to Trae the Truth. Houston's the legend. Always support his stuff. I know he has Trae Day, Trae Weekend.
Yep.
That's dope. Relief Gang, him and Mr. Rogers. Anytime it rains, they out here getting it in. He even laughs and pokes fun at himself on Instagram when people post the memes about how they be picking people up or whatnot. So it's dope, man. Salute to Trae the Truth. Hopefully one day, if you are following us and you can tag Trae the Truth, let him know that Boom Bap's a huge fan and we'd love to have him up here for an interview. Trae the Truth.
For sure.
Trae the Truth is the truth. Solid dude, man. Salute
he's
to
the
him.
Nipsey of Houston. I would definitely give him that.
Yeah,
because he's always about community.
I agree, 100%.
And and he was the one who actually did the visual for Nipsey.
He's good. He actually got a song on his album called Nipsey. Which is dope.
So shout out to you. We love you.
Salute.
So man, what's you want me to go ahead and start with the news?
Fuck it, let's get to the news.
All right, let's get to the news.
We ain't doing all the rest of that book.
So what is the number one thing trending on the news right now?
Nigga is telling.
I mean, I'm talking about for real. Like, he wants to come home. Of course, we're talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine. And as we all know, he's been dropping some bombs in the courtroom.
Giving up bars, as they say.
Big facts. But lately, he's been in the news because in his most recent court transcript, he actually mentions, they ask him a question about Jim Jones, and he actually mentions that he is part of the Blood Gang. They also asked him questions about Cardi B. Yeah. And that became a whole thing because Cardi B's gang was like actual fans, like what Cardi gang is what they call them, right? Barty gang, yeah. They were not happy about that. But when I actually saw the transcript, he didn't actually say anything other than they kept asking him, is she part of set? Well, not part of the Trae Bloods, Trae 9, whatever it's called. So I don't know what the beef is about that. He was getting a lot of heat about throwing Cardi B and Jim Jones under the bus. But they got to do their job. He did speak a lot about his kidnapping. For those of you that don't remember, he was kidnapped by his own posse, and supposedly the driver was an FBI informant the entire time. So mind you, he is snitching, yes. However, if he doesn't do this, he is in for life with a minimum of 49 years. So then that leads me to a question to you, Tut. Do you believe that there are rules that should be broken if you're involved in this type of lifestyle?
First off, I am a civilian, my nigga. You do something to me, I'm telling. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm telling, my nigga. I am a civilian. I'm not about that life. Listen to me. Salute out the pipe boy. I'm a civilian, my nigga. God. I don't do. Listen.
Oh my
listen,
God. Yo.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, bro. They throwing football numbers at that man. That man was like, I'm gonna come home now. I don't condone snitching because I feel like he traded. So here's the thing, right? I feel like the whole situation is hilarious because they did a deal with the devil. They basically played a game of chicken, and it looks like the non-Trae Bloods as an organization, as a whole staff, record label, and a motherfucking crew are going to lose this game of chicken. If you read the transcripts, Tekashi approaches them, or they approach Tekashi in some form or fashion.
To be in the video.
He say to be in a video. They say, yeah, they use him as a lick, as a plug to bankroll, clean money. They basically using him to launder money, clean money and dirty money or whatever, finance the whole situation. And in exchange, they allowed him to go out, talk reckless, rep the gang, blood this, blood that, SMD this, SMD that. I got protection, whoop whoop, blase blase.
They were pimping him out.
And the fact of the matter is, when the shit got real, because I'm sure this gang was under investigation by the NYPD as is, because you can't keep that type of shit secret.
Definitely.
When shit got real, they looked and said, that's one right there. Now I've heard conspiracy theories that he was a plant to begin with.
Ebro.
It's him. It's other people too. I've done some deep diving and research.
They were like, he's been an informant since the beginning.
But let me say this too. I posted this on Twitter. Have y'all niggas never seen Goodfellas?
That's a good movie.
Goodfellas. Listen, my man Robert De Niro. True
story. Or Ray Liotta?
Robert De Niro had a great line in Goodfellas. He tells Ray Liotta at the end of the movie, What have I been telling you your whole fucking life? Never talk on the fucking phone. They got phone conversations with Jim Jones talking to the leader, talking about getting them touched. Like he gotta get touched.
Oh no, but the second best part was what? Anybody who's gonna be his security.
Yeah, they ain't got enough.
They ain't gonna.
So you on the phone talking about that, my G, with a dude whose nickname is Murder something, low key. You got Shotty on the phone talking about shooting old boy. My nigga. On the phone?
Yeah. Cell phone?
On the phone. On the phone. Come on, dog. I won't even, if you ever notice how you Google some shit, like y'all going on vacation, and all of a sudden you go to Instagram and all your ads are about the shit you just Googled. Yep. My nigga, they can hear you. Big brother is listening to me right
all
now.
Day. Alexa too.
On the phone? Come on. You can't be. I'm supposed to feel sorry for these niggas because you on the phone talking.
But this is the thing. I don't feel sorry at all for Tekashi because even if he was involved in this, he was making himself a mark, you know, with all the attention grabbing that he was trying to get, you know, trying to tell like people like Chief Keef, I'm gonna pull up in your hood and like all of that stuff. Like you're playing with danger. Like you're asking to either get killed or to be arrested. So quite frankly, whatever it is, he's gonna get. Now today it was released that if he does get released in 2020 that he can get witness protection. He actually declined it and said, I have enough money to hire 24/7 security. So now you're putting their life in danger because you don't give a fuck and you want to be out in the open. And then he even mentions that he has a new album dropping out. What is it, tomorrow or next week? And I'm just like, you really think he may still have fans? Because this new generation of kids don't give a fuck about code. So I really don't know. I don't care to know. I just know that Tekashi, your music was trash to me anyway, and the fact that you're even going through this great lengths to do whatever is even more trash. Good luck to you, and I really hope that you and your family end up being, you know, safe, and I hope no one gets hurt in this process. But you join a gang. He paid to be in the gangs. I highly doubt they jumped him. Well, this is just part of the repercussions of it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said before, you listen. They made a deal with the devil, right? And they lost, unfortunately. And you know, I've listened to some other interviews from some old school gang members who are like, dude, it's a lot of it's their fault. Like you made a deal with the devil, and this is what happened. So ultimately, man, he's going to decline witness protection, which lets me further know that he probably has working for them folks. But nonetheless, man, it is what it is. It is the hottest story right now. Again, I'm a civilian, so you do some shit. I'm telling.
And I like the Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart exchange when he posted a photo of that says the acronym snitch, right? I guess he's playing off of Pusha T's last song back in 2013-14, and then Martha Stewart said something along, that's why we get along, birds of a feather. Yeah. And it was like, y'all so cute. Look at Martha and Snoop. They ain't never snitched.
Martha did the year in Club Fed and she thinks she gangster.
Oh, nonetheless, my God.
Anyway, with that being said, let's move on to the next topic. We had a rare sighting of the GodMC RAKIM.
You got to do your Australian accent while you talk about this.
Yeah, right. It was down there. No, low key, yo. We had a rare sighting of the GodMC RAKIM. Was on the Breakfast Club this morning. Salute to him. It was a fire interview. I'm actually glad they just let dude talk.
That's one of their longest interviews.
Yeah,
by the way.
they asked a couple, couple questions to get things flowing, but RAKIM just talked, and it was like listening. I can't wait to buy. He got a new book that's out. Sweat the Technique, play off of his dope song Don't Sweat the Technique. It was released on the 24th, so a couple days ago. Go pick that up, man. This guy is a wealth of knowledge. I was just telling Layla that the reason I think, and he even mentioned it, the reason he thinks his not necessarily his legacy, but his aura is such is because he's so mysterious. Like he's never been big in social media. He's never done a lot of interviews, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. Like he's real reserved in a way, but my God, that dude. The way, just him even reciting some of the stuff off the top of his head, the raps.
Yo, the one that he did when he was 7.
The one he did when he was 7. The partial partial Big Daddy Kane diss that he did, that he could remember the words to, that he actually removed from the song after Kane called him and was like he wasn't coming at Kim. Like, yo, man, it's nuts, man. Still that he had a little salt for KRS-One for not putting them on self-destruction. And one thing too I don't think gets played a lot. Rakim has a very raspy and deep voice.
I love his voice.
And it's dope, right? And his rhymes are hard. Kim didn't cuss a lot. And I think when you go back, you don't realize that you have to go back. He didn't cuss a lot. He's very uplifting too. He had a positive rap spin, but with the griminess of what you needed at the time. Yeah. And I think, I tell people all the time, the way we're gonna get conscious rap forward is we've got to get somebody like that who can spit it the way these kids like to hear it, but in a positive way. But in a positive way. So it's interesting. Did you see the interview? What do you think about Rakim?
I absolutely loved the interview. And I was like, wait, this is an hour and like 8-9 minutes? Mm-hmm. And I know that was edited. So I'm like, damn. It was damn. Like, they let him talk because this is a rare occasion. Yeah. And he did state one of the reasons why he didn't use so much profanity in his music because he wanted his mom to be able to listen back to it and him not feel embarrassed. I thought that was super dope. And the fact that he's still married to his high school sweetheart. When he told the Dapper Dan story of how he was supposed to make their prom outfits and they weren't ready, I was like, you still with your wife? That is like so dope. And it definitely transcends in his let's bring it all the way back. He was writing rhymes at 7.
Yeah,
and you got to remember, at 7, hip hop really, I think 78, 79 is when it became more in the forefront.
He was born in 68.
Yeah, so the fact that he was doing that before hip hop was really hip hop is so dope to me.
Well, it became like mainstream, but I think that there was, when you listen to Kool Herc or the evolution of hip hop, it was there kinda. Yeah, but you're right. But as
it wasn't far mainstream.
Right, so he even said his first raps were very similar to, the ba da bang the bang that type of. So he rapped it, which was fire.
Yeah, I absolutely love that story. And the fact that he had to drop out of high school to be able to go on tour with LL Cool J and who else was on the Big Daddy Kane, and he was making like mad money, and he promised his mama that okay, mom, I'm gonna get my GED again. He's still living up to that promise right now. But I was like, what is so crazy is how young all of our favorite artists started out. Like Roxanne Shante, she was 13. We have Foxy Brown started out at 13, 14. Lil' Kim, 16, 17. I'm like, it feels like that generation was so much more mature in their process of being able to come into the limelight and how fast their stardom definitely rose. So it's just refreshing to hear his beginning stages onto what's going on now. And he didn't even diss the newer cats now. All he said was, it's not really my style. Yeah. But he definitely gave props to people like Kendrick and J. Cole and things like that. I wish he would have shouted out Joey Badass, because I feel like Joey Badass is definitely on that level as far as, being, when he first started, he was mad young. And, he was spitting some crazy shit. And he had that boom bap, no pun intended, effect on that. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I want to definitely read the book, as well as Dapper Dan's book that came out a few months ago as well. So
he was on the Breakfast Club, too. I agree. They didn't really press him on who you rocking with now. They asked him,
who he appreciated.
Yeah, who he appreciated. Mm-hmm. He said Kendrick and Cole. And then he had a little bit of a misstep with Rhapsody. But like I said, the OG, I think he just misstepped a little bit. He called her a he instead of a she. I think that was just a slip of the tongue, honestly. But no, I think it would have been interesting to maybe ask him, like, who he go with, like, not now, but just in general. Like who's maybe his top 5 MCs, or it was a great interview. So I really think that you guys, if you haven't seen it, go. Now I want to drive traffic to them, but check out that interview. Go to YouTube, look up Rakim interview. It's a dope ass interview.
Yeah, and if just to add one more thing to that, sorry, I also watched this interview on Wendy Williams this morning, and he talked about. She asked him, "How did you feel seeing your name?" I don't know whose list it was, but somebody listed him as number 1 on the top 50 rappers of all time, and he actually admitted that he teared up a little bit, because he said it feels like all my sacrifice and hard work is actually appreciated 20, 30 years after the fact.
GodMC.
And so I was just like, that he's very humble. He's very in tune with everything that's going on. So I definitely can't wait.
Definitely trying to catch that Eric B. Rakim show whenever it comes to town. I'll be there front row and center. I may go to New York for that one. That's dope as hell. So Y'all know what time it is. Okay, the news was like we had Tekashi, we had the GodMC. Boy, you talk about spectrums right there. It's fucking crazy. So now we got a chance to do our
album review, bitches. I just had to do that.
So this week, the album review comes from our main man, and Gary gonna be pissed off at this. This his guy. SkyZoo got in the lab with Pete Rock and released this fire-ass album called Retropolitan. Let's let it rock out for a hot second. Came to get every jewel that I saw, I'll give it a few out. Aim like I do this before, act like you knew now. Word to what John knew now. Over top, we're loop round like loop wave over top, new now. Okay, check it out. We know SkyZoo can rap. Like SkyZoo is fucking amazing lyrically. It's funny we talked about Rakim not cursing much. SkyZoo does not curse much at all either. His lyrical content is fucking amazing. He had given us 2 lead singles from this. The first one, I believe, was It's All Good, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the second one, we actually had as our track of the week a few weeks ago, Eastern Conference All-Stars, which is SkyZoo featuring Oliver Griselda, West Side Gun, Conway the Machine, Benny the Butcher, and then Elzai out of Detroit. And both of those tracks were hard body. So he gives us the full album. It came out last week. And yo, man, I'm telling you, it is a dope ass album. G made the proclamation 2 weeks ago that he felt that after this album came out, that his top 10 for the year was done. That he did not have to listen to any more albums. Motherfuckers would have to blow him out the water. And basically, SkyZoo was going to round it out, right? Yeah. You know, between your El Capos, for your more commercial, your Rhapsodies, your SkyZoos, your Godfreys, you know, your Gorilla Glues. I met Benny the Butcher, had a fire album. So he made this proclamation. You laugh at him. I'm willing to be like, it's got to be a couple more. Yo, SkyZoo album is hard. It's definitely, I can tell you right now, it's going to be my top 5 right now. Lyrically speaking, and with the beats,
that's saying a lot.
With the beats that Pete Rock put on this bitch, and the lyrics to SkyZoo is spitting. Come on, dude, this album is. I'll get my rating later, but trust me, it's gonna be up there with Rhapsody's rating. So if you watch the show, you already know what it is. Layla, what you think of the album?
I think this was a lot of fun listening to the variety that Pete Rock was giving us with the boom bap flares and, you know, the drums and the 808s, and it definitely had its layers. I mean, the first time I listened to it, I probably shouldn't have listened to it at work when I was super busy, because I was like, okay, I need something to like really, really pump me up right now. This is just cool. But after listening to it the second and third time, you definitely can get into the groove of how it flows. It just flows effortlessly throughout track to track. And one thing that I really do appreciate is the features that he has on the actual album. And I'm sorry, I'm using your laptop for this one. But he definitely had some, let's see who he had. He definitely had West Side Gun, Conway, Benny the Butcher, Elzai. He had Raheem Devon, and he had Styles P. So he didn't put too many people to take away from the very essence of what SkyZoo has to offer. So I can definitely appreciate that. I definitely loved 10 Days as well as It's All Good. I really enjoyed those tracks, and just hearing how he just paints the picture in between each song about what's really going on. It really brought me to a 90s New York flair. Like, I was there.
No, I think that's a great point. I think the Pete Rock beats are amazing on this album because they seem retro, but I think they're new in a lot of instances. So the fact that you can reach into that bag and get me a new beat that sounds retro, it gives me the new. I mean, if I'm in New York, I'm bumping the shit out of this. Like, everywhere I go, like this is banging everywhere. Like, this this is the soundtrack of the summer. If you telling me that them boys from Buffalo aren't from the Barrels, you can't rock with them, because I've heard that before.
That's crazy.
Which is nuts to me, because y'all ass is struggling on MCs. You need to claim all you can. Bump the shit out of SkyZoo, because this shit's amazing. Like, this album is, in a lot of ways, it's flawless. I love it. I like the beat selection. I love his rhyme pattern. I love his cadence. He can really rap, the bars, the lyricism. It makes me want to go back. It's not boring. It's a cruising album. I can put this on in the whip, drive to work. I can listen to it at work. I can listen to it everywhere, on the way to the club. I want to get my lyrics before I go do the ratchet shit that I do.
Oh my God! You know you listening to that Cardi?
No, I ain't listening to Cardi.
Yeah,
Blueface, baby.
Cardi.
No, Blueface. Real shit. I think this is a really fire album, and coming off of his last album, which is In Celebration of Us, which I believe made our top 5 last year. 2 projects of that magnitude. We're talking about 4.5 mic-ish type projects for both in 2 years. And I'm not giving you my official rating, but I'm telling you, like, it's up in there, because A Celebration of Us, I want to say, was 3 last year. Yo, man, that's pretty damn impressive to give you 2 of those back to back. I mean, I love to go through and think about how many artists have given you 2 projects in that realm back to back.
Damn, you got me really thinking
like
now.
2, like I'm talking like 2 of them things, like, and we talking a year apart. We ain't even talking you took time off. Like, you could say Marshall Mathers and Eminem show, but there's a gap between, I think, 2-year gap between that. I think it's 2000 and 02. We're talking you release one joint, and then a year later, almost a year later exactly, maybe 16 months, you give us 2. Come on, 2 of them things. It's nice.
Well, I mean, that's what you get when you're talented. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, you can hear the Brooklynness in him, and I really feel like he has what it takes, that longevity, to still be relevant even 5 years from now. You know what I mean? Especially when he's, playing and around with these different producers and things, like, because you definitely hear a different SkyZoo a little bit when he's, collaborating with a different producer. Right, and
he does that.
Yeah, but
it's almost like he tests himself.
Yeah, and which we can definitely appreciate, because there's some rappers that we love when they're consistent, like stay where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like Luda. But then there's other rappers that we like, man, we want to see you evolve. Like, this is getting a little old,
Same.
21 Savage, for example. Like, I love that he's evolving, even he's not at the level that I wish he was at. His albums progress. SkyZoo is one of those that you never know what you're gonna get all the time, but you do know that you're going to get great lyrical content, which is, I think, number 1. I feel like I'm about to get my rating right now, and this is too soon. I don't want to do my rating right now. But I definitely like the play on words, like on Eastern Conference. He had with the whole Griselda camp. It's like, okay, y'all saying y'all the best in the East. That's what y'all saying.
Yeah, so, pretty much.
Shots fired or shots fired right now? Do I need to duck a little bit? Y'all saying y'all the best. But you should think that you're the best, right? How did you feel about that collab with Griselda? I thought
the Griselda, I mean, we I thought it was good. We talked about it. We I think unilaterally liked the track. It's one of probably the best posse cuts I've heard in a while. Yeah. You got 5 standout verses. Westside Gun talking that fly guy shit. Conway the Machine talking that gutter shit. Elzai body and shit, the way he does, very underrated lyricist. He had a dope project last year, I think, made our top 10. Jericho Jack, check that out if you haven't. Benny the Butcher talking at work, and then SkyZoo. SkyZoo actually went so far as to release his verse on Instagram, which I thought was dope. He put his shit out there a cappella, because it was arguing who had the best verse. I think it's one of those tracks where you can argue that for time, for time to come. It reminds me a lot of, and they're not a group, but kind of how Slaughterhouse does it. Yeah. How you like, damn, was it Joel? Was it Crook? Was it Button? Was it Royce? So it's dope, man. I'm excited. I love the project, and I'll give my rating. Oh shit! I'm gonna go and give my rating. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we didn't gave Sky a lot of his flowers right now, so I'm gonna give you a little bit more, Playboy. So we got 12 tracks. It's 46 minutes and 26 seconds long, with one skit, which is perfect. So you're really looking at about 45 minutes worth of material. Fire. The consistency of the album is great. It flows from track 2 2 through 12, basically, because one is a skit. So from 2 to 12, I have no skips. I love the way, even though Pete Rock stays in a lane, he still varies the beat enough where it keeps my attention. SkyZoo's lyrics are always there, so I'm sitting there rewinding, trying to figure out what I missed, things of that nature. This is a flawless album in my opinion. It is probably the second. It is probably in the top 2 albums of the year, along with Rhapsody. I thought Rhapsody's album was also flawless. It's definitely gonna make my top 5, possibly top 3. I gotta give this. I think Rhapsody got 5 mics. I gotta give this a 5 mic project. Period. It's to me a certified classic. I think you get a producer like Pete Rock.
Yeah.
You get a Ron Smith like SkyZoo. You give me Styles P.
Yeah.
Adobo, a Griselda, Paprika, Elzai. Little bit of seasoned lemon pepper.
Oh, I love that.
And some Raheem Devine. That's some champagne on the side. I can't be mad at none of that. That's a fire ass meal, man. That's some seasoning for your ass.
Wait,
that's
are you allowed to digest that right now in your workout plan?
I'm not doing none of that. I just said.
So you just cheated.
Be consuming right there. You know what I'm saying, low key. But it's all good. But no, it's a dope project. Yeah. Sky. So if you see this, Boom Bap says salute from Type, man. Yes. What you think?
Okay, definitely a hard act to follow after all of that. Definitely don't got no Martha Stewart recipes right now, but I would like to shout out Penny Jerseys, right? So when I'm listening to it, I was like, yo, I've heard this before, right? And then when I was researching it, it's the same sample that Gangstar used for the Planet. So I was like, okay, I'm loving this. I love the sample. I just feel overall, when you're thinking about lyrical content, there's no room for error in this. He hit all his bars. His features also did that. The features didn't even overpower him, which we know can happen time to time, right? So his lyrical content, 10. The production, the beats, and how everything was just playing itself out, definitely have to give that a high score too. Probably give it about an 8 or a 9. I was probably hoping that there was like probably a throw-in track that just kind of like, whoa, what just happened? But in a good way. The arrangement, I can't really complain because everything really flowed together very nicely. And yo, this was very digestible. It was 12 tracks with 1 skit, so 11 tracks. It was under an hour. And, you know, in this day and age, we definitely need something like that because we can play it back and forth. And not only that, but it's like, damn, the last track, and you're like, damn, it's over already. So you just listen to it again and you start finding other songs that you really are into. So definitely out of a score of 1 through 10, I have to give this a rating. The project itself is a 10. What I'm personally feeling with the sound, I would probably have to give it an 8, which I think is the second highest score I gave this year. Yeah. So yeah, definitely bigs up to you, SkyZoo. Keep doing your thing. And Pete Rock, keep killing it and making sure that hip hop doesn't die. The sound of hip hop doesn't die. Because Boom Bap is very much official and needed. And live and well, as you can tell on this podcast. But definitely, we want to thank you so much for checking out this episode where we talked all things New York with a little sprinkle of Trae the Truth all up in here.
Gotta keep it Houston, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
Our body karate.
But you can definitely find me again on all social media platforms at Layla_E1. Definitely hit me up. Also, hit me up if you're on PlayStation Network. Hit me up at Southern Lay. Very simple. Southern Lay Lay. And don't forget to follow us at Official Boom Bap on all things social media. And we have a new YouTube channel, guys. So definitely subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell as well. And again, you can find us at That Boom Bap Podcast on YouTube. We really love you. And what about you? Where can the fine people find you?
Listen, you already know what's up when I'm rolling up. It's your boy DJ_King_Tut, TW.T. That's Instagram, DJ King Tut 1. That's Twitter. You follow me, I follow back. Look, man, you can find me in these streets this weekend. I got some people in town. Homeboy in town. Salute the Black Compass. Battle rap shit. My man Tony Broad be out with him. My big brother Dan, or actually not my big brother. My brother Dan Obi is in town. We gonna hang out too. DC, HTL all day. They live in DC. Fuck with him. So we gonna be out in these streets a little bit. Eating is gonna be a bit of a
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be complex.
Do you have a cheat day?
You don't have a cheat day. You have a cheat meal in my life. But I'll figure it out. I'll be a lot of salads in these streets. And gotta bring floss.
Chick-fil-A salads are amazing.
Fire. But yo, that's it, man. That's our show. We did it. SkyZoo. So if we don't tell you nothing else, we tell you rap
minus
lies
equals
hip hop.
And that's that boom bap, baby.
Bye.